see. This reading is kind of a little bit special. I think I've done it one time, maybe. How Spirit thinks about you. I don't know if I've done it on YouTube or Instagram. But you can search for it down in my readings, or maybe it's like on my Instagram. Anyway, so who are the spirits around you and what do they think of you? And the spirit said, no need to use this deck, just this deck. So I think this one I don't need it for later. So we got colors to make it easy for you to choose. So what kind of spirit around you is like, also gonna answer like if you have ancestor, any kind of specific something that I see, angels, anything, even if it's like doesn't make sense, I'm just gonna describe it for you. Sometimes people have even bad energy around them, like someone diseased or a demon, and they think it's spirit. So just gonna be very like general also. So just follow your intuition to apply the energy on your situation. And yeah, let's see. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Choose one. Let me open my coffee, people. Number 1 here, I feel like you have an old grandfather, and this man is old. Like when I say old grandfather, like, and you like, I don't have a, like my grandfather still around or something like that. Sometimes it could be like just an old person. This is like the spirit. It's just an old ancestor that you don't know about. Or someone, it could be like a spirit, like a diseased one. Like sometimes like people come to me for readings and be like, there's a really this nag and shit. They be gonna tell me like, I'm gonna explain it. So they're gonna be telling me like, there's a nag. Like I feel like it's wrong, but I keep telling me to go to places, and I feel like it's not my intuition. It's kind of frustrating, but I feel like I have to do that. And then I'm telling them that there's like actually an old woman around you, someone diseased, and this sometimes people come to you to live through you. It's like they want you to meet someone they know to fix their life. It's like disease. They know that you're like intuitive or something like that. They come to you and be like, hey, I'm spirit. I want you to meet my son. I want you to meet someone. I was like, they trying to put you in the direction to something, or like something to fix their life or karma. Sometimes like that. So what did you say? Hey. So number 1, I see an older person here. I feel like you only have, actually don't have a lot around you, or a lot of spirit around you. You only have that, like, wait, there's like another dimension, other thing. So I feel like this is like the old kind of ancestor person, and then you have like this, you have this old ancestor person, and then you have like a lot of people watching you. It's like you have your spirit guide kind of watching you distant from you. That's what I mean. It's like there's a group of spirit guide, like your spirit guide, your angels. I feel like it's more like spiritual. They're not like souls. They're like a spiritual person, like are they angels or spirit, like something like that. Just like not from planet Earth or something. That's what I'm seeing. It's more pure. That I'm seeing like that they look like water. They look very pure energy. When I see this old person that you're talking to, this deceased loved one or someone that you're talking to, and you keep hearing this person as an intuition, and you only focusing on that person voice, while the spirit looking at you from far, like spirit are just near you and you're not talking to them, they're just like looking at you. I don't feel like this old person is bad at all. This old person is actually telling you something good, so you're hearing to that person and they're like just watching you and stuff like that. But sometimes this person tell you really bad things. So I feel like you have a person around you, a deceased loved one or an ancestor guide, like as he or she was a human before. That's what I feel. What spirit and this person thinks about you. Number 1, they think that you extremely dramatic sometimes, or you have this drama kind of act, and sometimes you refuse to clean things in your place or clean things in your life, and this is like what they try to convince you to do sometimes. Hey people, they try to convince you to clean things or to clean the messes around you and stuff like that. So they think as you're someone who needs a push whenever they want you to clean a mess or clean something in your life. That's what they feel about you. Also, they feel like you are stress-free, but you're very dramatic. It's like a drama is like a way that you express, or sometimes you talk maybe like really extremely. This is the way that you express your feelings. I don't feel like any thought from the spirit guide, only from this person thought, a spirit like watching you from afar. I feel like there's no strong connection with them. It's like they feel like they need to help you, stuff like that. They admire stuff that you do. They admire that you always sometimes look for, like, even if things are fearful, like you look for ways, like the end of the puzzle, some kind of way. I feel like you always, even if things are challenging, you go through, like you go forward, okay? Number 2, who are your spirit guide? Your spirit guide are a bunch of, oh my God. Number 2, you need to be careful. People who chose number 2, you need to be careful. You maybe not aware of your psychic power, but you're very psychic, number 2. That's the first thing. Like when I say sometimes you have demons or you have something around you or you have really good low vibration, it means that you have a high intuition, and those low vibration comes to you to take advantage of that. Number 2, I feel like you're very highly intuitive, but you don't know how to use your power. So there's like a mess around you, literally a mess. It's like a crowd. So basically, sometimes this happened to me, and now I learned how to block it from a while. Like sometimes disease and people come and just close it, like you don't talk to them. It's like a line up around you. It could be also a psychic, number 2. There's a line around you or something. There's like your spirit, and there's a lot of people. So I'm seeing 2 scenarios. For some of you, there's a lot of deceased loved one around you because you do reading and talking to you. There's a lot of spirit talking to you. It seems like if you have a headache or stress sometimes, because there's like a soul and like just near you, just passed away, talking to you, like in your head, like talk and in front of you, like in front of your face, talking to your face, talking to you in your ear, like it's like they're just nugging. You have a lot of like energy around you. Sometimes like there's spirit, sometimes not. I feel like for others of you, you are a reader, you are aware of that, so that's why you pick a lot of energy. Sometimes if you do readings for other people, stuff like that, you pick their demons or something. So it's like daily, I feel like you encounter a lot of spirit. Like it's almost like you live in a station where some spirit comes to you, some deceased loved one or something, like you sense something, and sometimes people come to you like souls or stuff like that. Anyway, you have your spirit guide. Your spirit guide are like, there's like, I feel like you don't talk to your spirit guide more often than you used to before. You used to talk to your spirit guide before a lot. I feel like right now, I feel like you have a bunch of loser. I'm hearing from spirit, they want to warn you, like spirit guide, there's a bunch of loser around you trying to make you stress, trying to make you anxious, trying to make you, there's like those people who stuck, they want to live through you. There could be someone actually that passed away in your family, and they're trying to sabotage your life, and they're trying to give you advice, but using their pain, the pain that you feel or something like that. You have like, I feel like if you lost someone, keep in mind sometimes if you are psychic, if you lost someone, you can literally sometimes feel the person is good or they're bad, and it kind of doesn't make sense because they were like a family member and then they passed away and they're really toxic as a spirit. So sometimes you need to disconnect and let go, literally. So there's a lot of really bad vibration souls who are trying to like make you feel bad, and maybe some of you, I'm hearing someone done a spell on you or something like that, number 2. Yeah. So someone done a spell on you or something to attract really bad energy. So I feel like you do talk to spirit, but be aware. Lately, you've been talking to a lot of low vibration. They trying to. I'm seeing like I'm hearing them like saying a lot of things that doesn't make sense to you, and they're making you anxious and angry. And it's like hiding their face. They're trying to be sneaky. It's like hiding themselves by acting their spirit. Anyway, I feel like your spirit guide love you so much. They love the connection they have with them. It's almost like they love, like almost like, look at this card, and I literally chose this card. This is what I felt like to use the deck. And it's like, you know, this card, like how it explains like when you're in a relationship, like you are psychic, number 2, you know how this card, like just feel the card. Like in general, the card could mean anything, but feel the card. It's like spirit loves the dynamic between you two. It's like they love the feeling they're with you. It's almost they live with you, and they love the communication, and they love the cozy feeling that you give them. Okay, but they want you to control the low vibration and just kick them outside. I don't see any harm, but I feel like just try to clear them away from you. Number 3, who is your spirit guide? You have 0 spirit guide around you for some reason. It's not because of anything, just because you don't communicate with spirit guide. This is really weird, number 3, because it's like your spirit guide talking to someone else. It's like I feel for some of you, number 3, you are an intuitive person. Hear me out. It's not making sense right now, but listen, I'll tell you, because I know it happens sometimes. So I'm trying to explain it. I feel like you don't know how to communicate to spirit, and you're like, you don't know how to use your intuition, and you met someone actually who can, and this person is like a soulmate, or they twin flame, or this person is very intuitive. So this person you always see day to day face. You see this person face every day. I'm gonna tell you, spirit guide. You do have spirit guide. Don't be worried. It's like, I'm alone. No, this world. No, you're not alone. Listen, it's really cute. So you have this person that you meet day to day, and this person is highly intuitive, even if they know it or they don't know it. You have this person that you meet day to day, and this person is very intuitive and listen to what spirits say. Or this person could be a reader, or it could be a reader that you watch. For example, so your spirit guide usually communicate to the reader or communicate to this person who listen to help you. It's like they communicate or they nag the person, your twin flame or your soulmate or the person that you watch or your friend, the one who's very intuitive, to tell you things. It's like they talk more to that person because that person will pick up the energy and will like communicate more with them. And when it's you, you're just like, even if you feel them, you just block it out, I feel. So who's your spirit guide? Your spirit guide are like a really, 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 when I say really number 3, this is like a high energy. I felt like you could be a very old soul. So I'm seeing like a very known, like they know your soul, you know their soul, they know you lived with them several years and years, like you lived with them. I feel like you know them. It's like they have confidence and they know who you are and they know who this person is. They know how to give you. It's like they know you. It's like they don't feel like, oh, I want to break the wall. So you have those kind of spirit that your ancestors, and they're very old, like they've been here on earth or like an other planet before on earth. It's like they're a really old souls. I feel like so you are an old soul. I feel like there's also a lot of guardian angels. Like you have guardian angels where are angels. They're not spirit. They're just more like angels or something. Like there's sometimes like when you are a reader and you highly feel the good energies, you feel like a lot of things. Like you don't only feel like ancestors. You feel things that, oh my god, what is that? Like, are they like guardian angels? Are they becoming souls? Like, are they souls before they were guardian angels? And all that kind of question. But there's like soul ancestors that they were stuck and they meant to live. Like, they are not bad people and they meant to live another life, but they still didn't because they feel like they need to deliver a message, and then they will. And there's like people who are actually guardian angels right now, stuff like that. And there's like, you live in a lot of things. I know me and my auntie, we were like talking about the black holes and how we have a lot of galaxies, and when it's like you have stations or something. Anyway, so stuff like that. This is like very, very different than the other bio that I read, because you have a lot of things that like, it's almost like a higher energy force that is like, it doesn't make sense to your human brain, because it's like from like a lot of vibration around you, a lot of good vibration. You don't have only your ancestor, you have something, you have even like a higher power around you, something like that. So I feel like you do have a lot around you, a lot of good things. You're very protective. I don't see any bad energy, almost blocking every bad energy, or your person that you're with is doing the work for you, like blocking that energies. But I feel like you're highly powerful. Like nobody will fuck with you, or demons or stuff like that, even if you don't know it. So what your spirit guide think about you? Your spirit guide think that your like energy could be reversed people or something. Like if you feel like you're the one who's picking up that person energy, or you're doing that, say yeah. If you're like, yeah, I feel like this is what I'm doing, like no, the other way. So I feel like spirit feel like you are very, very extremely authentic person. Like you're very authentic to you, who you are and yourself. Like you try to be the best, like you're very authentic. But sometimes like you can get like in a very sad mood or something like that, where you're doubting things. They feel like you're very knowledgeable, like the way you communicate even with them. You say a lot of things, like you almost like you argue with them, or you talk with them with logic. You know, they tell you something but you argue in a good way, like you trying to get your point even to people or to spirit or something like that. Like you have a really good insight. They feel like you have a really good insight, and you need to trust that even more and more. I feel like the spirit guy feel like you're started to, this is what they think that you're more dead than you're alive. It's like a really weird energy that I'm feeling. Oh, okay. So they feel sorry for that. So I feel like they feel like you're more dead than you're alive. It's like, how to explain it? You know, sometimes like I would tell her like on my Instagram, it's like some days that I try to not get into that feeling a lot. It's like some days I will feel like my soul is with the soul around me, like instead of my body being there. So days like that, I will feel like I'm walking deja vu, and I'm trying to snap out of like being highly psychic and just picking up energies and soul and just be present. This is the thing. Sometimes you just be like acting more like a soul than you're like on earth. Sometimes you need to ground yourself and be like, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to live. Even though I have a lot of knowledge, I need to live in the now. I need to not be hard on myself. It's like you have these two things, like where like when you connect to your soul, even if you're not a psychic, you're like, you feel like everything is silly and you feel like you don't want to be there. So when you do things and you ground yourself and you feel like ridiculous silly things and you feel like really doing mistakes, you be hard on yourself. So spirit feel like you sometimes be hard on yourself. Number 4. Who are your spirit guide? Number 4. You have like a lot of spirit guide. They were like what do you call them? Shaman or something. Oh, thank you. So number 4, I feel like you have like you have a tribal around you. It's like a tribal from a life that you had, and this is like intensely you connected to that tribe. It's like you connected to one, like I want to explain it more. It's like you connected to one dimension. So you have a lot of them. You connect to one dimension from your life and souls. Like you connected to one tribe. They were like it's like is it called the Shaman? Like Shaman, not Shaman, Shaman. The one that they do spirit things like that, spiritual healing about like animal spirit stuff like that. You had the tribal kind of people that you lived with, and you're like highly connected to those people. And let me tell you, you do connect to those people and you do connect to spirit, but you always go back to that tribal ancestor, and they're really good for you to the most part, but they will not give you as much knowledge as spirit themselves. Because as I said, the ancestors are not bad, but sometimes they could be like a whole tribe thinking that because they were really highly spiritual, and say they were psychic, they were highly spiritual tribe that you were from. So when they're in the past in their life, they will think like, hey, what is my duty? It's like, what is my duty now? What should I do? There's a lot of kind of people. Some people just cross over. Some people be like thinking that they're like supposed to be that and guide you, when in fact they should not guide you this way, because there's a karma of like learning there's more or something like that, or they have something to just live again. It's like they need to live again. So sometimes they be like not having the whole knowledge and thinking it's like almost they stuck in some dimension. Like I don't know if you get it, because they're spiritual and they stuck there. It's like they made a choice, but they do, it's like anytime now they need to come back or something like that. They will come back, but they're still there for some reason. Either they made a choice, for others of them just on a hold for some reason. They're on a hold, but they're coming back to earth, something like that. I don't know how to explain it, because it's like you don't know, like you're not dead. It just what I feel is like some of them are on hold, some of them they chose to be there to guide you and they don't know. Oh, nice. So number 4, so this is like your spiritual guide, and you have like you have a father figure or someone who passed away, like a father, and this person is very toxic, highly toxic, very toxic. This person tried to put negative thoughts, sometimes suicidal thought in your brain. If you've been feeling like you don't fucking know where the suicidal thought or depression coming from, I tell you, you have a disease person around you. It could be your father, not your father, someone else's father. This person trying so fucking hard to put you down and tell you negative things. Those shit happen if you're intuitive and you don't know. It's like that's you're gonna have negative talk in your head that doesn't make sense, that you're not saying that, or suicidal thought, or just really it seems like OCD or something like that, I feel. So that's what I feel. And you have your spiritual guide, you have your spirit that you don't communicate with them a lot. I feel like spirits sometimes feel like you don't listen to them, you just talk, like literally turning your back here and you talk to your tribal, and sometimes like you just focus on one thing, and sometimes you don't talk to spirits, talk to more to the tribal. Sometimes spirits tell you something and then you connect more to the tribal. So sometimes you connect to them, sometimes not. I feel like spirits feel like you have a very, very pure heart, like your soul, they used to think about you very pure, you have a pure heart, you have a pure intuition, intuition, you have a pure, you're very intuitive, you have a pure communication with spirit, so you can deliver the message really clearly, whatever your ancestors tell you, something like that. You're very highly intuitive. I feel like number 4, you're very amazing. I feel like sometimes they feel like you're ashamed of things that in your life, and they find it really funny because the way you go about things that you're ashamed of in your life, you go sarcastic about things, like if you do mistakes and stuff like that, they find it very funny. Also, they find you very royal, like you have this really royal attitude or something like that. They very appreciative to things. I don't know if someone wrote something. Oh, number 5. So, number 5, who chose the green one? Who are your spiritual guide? Number 5, you're very stubborn. You're a very stubborn person. Let me drink my coffee. Oh my god, I spilled my coffee on the table. You're a very stubborn person. You're very stubborn. You're very stubborn. You have, this is the thing. You have, it's like, this is really weird because you have someone who loves you around you that trying to be stuck on you and then they telling you like that they're like your soulmate or something. If you have sometimes it happens, like sometimes people come to me telling me things like they think that this person telling them like you have a soul attached to you and it's not healthy, like a demon or soul, like a voodoo kind of way. Or you have a soul like a diseased person that convincing you that you only need to talk to them and do whatever they want. It's almost like spirit trying to talk to you and then watching you like with like being hanged in that toxic energy. So almost like you don't want to listen to spirit, and spirit trying so hard to take your attention away from it, and you're very stubborn, you don't want to listen, you're just like focused on the idea or the feeling that you feel. I feel like you're stubborn. You're always stubborn and you just focus on the feelings that you feel. And so most of the time, spirit are really mad at you and they want to give you tower moments because you don't want to like fix it. You're just like, this is what I feel, this is what I want, this is what I feel, this is what I want. And you're just stubborn. So a lot of the time, spirit are giving you really highly psychic attack or stuff like that. Spirit are like trying to talk to you, fuck your brain off because they want you to listen. It's like when they grow something and give you some kind of blessing, you just leave it and don't touch it till it's rotten. It's like they want you to see things, but you're like, I want to be happy, I want to be happy, but they want you to see that you're not happy. This energy is toxic, and you're like, I want to be happy, I want to be happy. No, I don't want to do that. Even if you're not like intuitive person, that's what you're doing. It's like they want you to know that they try to make you happy. It's like they're not trying to make you sad. That's what I feel. With your spiritual guide, you have a very like different age group. I feel like there's a kid also. It's like your spirit guide. It's like a diseased person. It's like you could have a kid, like a daughter or a son or something that passed away, and they are there around you all the time. They're trying to protect you. I feel like you have like a lot of love kind of spirit, like spirit of romance. Could be like very, I don't know what is that, like I call him the love doctor. Like literally sometimes like you feel like some soul like it's more like for the love or something. Are they diseased and they'd be like, I don't know. So something like that about love, I feel like you call them love doctor, something about love. You have spiritual, something about love. Also you have a lot of spirit, like different kind of energies around you. You have like some of them are older, like they were like they were really old soul, and then some of them are not so old souls. You have different ages, and your spirit guide are not talking to you currently, are just like watching you to fuck up something. So they're gonna give you a tower moment, but they hate the way that you behave. They hate the way that you behave to fuck your life, and they do like of course love you, but like they just hate the way that you fuck your life. They just watching you from afar. It's like they watching you, just watching you do it because they want you to wake up before you have some kind of karma or you getting some kind of shit. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Oh, so cute. I'm sorry for losing your daughter. It must be really hard. Yeah.